Going to be doing alcohol inks, or I should say experimenting and using them with Yupo paper, which I ordered off of Amazon because I went to Michael's and I went to Hobby Lobby and I could not find this paper anywhere. And it's basically just the kind of paper that works with alcohol inks or even watercolor. It's what it's suitable for. And then it even says acrylics. Because if you try to use alcohol inks on a canvas, what's going to end up happening is the alcohol ink is going to just absorb into the canvas. It's not going to move. Like, it'll move a little bit, but it's not going to move as smoothly as the Yupo paper will. You don't have to use Yupo paper. You could technically use like tile, anything that will be of use for the alcohol ink that it won't absorb through. It'll spread. I've seen like a lot of artists use tile and other things, you know, and I'm pretty sure that you could take your canvas and try to put something over top of it. And like, I was thinking, I wondered if maybe I put like Mod Podge or something like of a gloss over top of it just to make the surface smooth, and then seeing if alcohol ink can spread over top of that. I'm pretty sure that you could figure out a way or look up a way. Oh, Lolly, join me. Yeah, my baby. Yeah, my baby. And then what you want to buy is just 99% alcohol, which I also ordered off of Amazon. I mean, you can probably find it anywhere, like at CVS or wherever you go, or Walgreens, Fry's, whatever food store you end up going to. I'm pretty sure that they would have 99%, but if they don't, then I would order it. Anything between 90, I'd say you need at least 90% alcohol to mix with your alcohol inks. And these are my colors. Let me just... So these are the colors that I'm using. Just like, that's all that you pretty much need. You don't have to have that many colors. I mean, it's just there. If you want to go out and splurge and just buy all the alcohol inks, you can. I'm sure that they sell kits that you can just buy. This one is sold separately. That one is the gold. I think today I'm going to end up going to Barnes & Noble's to read with my daughter. She loves reading and I love reading. I've been reading mythology lately. It's kind of hard to understand though, this book that I'm reading. I've always read like the other, the easier mythology, but this one is just, you know, the words are so, it's kind of like Shakespeare. It's like reading Shakespeare. Very old-fashioned the way the writing is. And I like reading stuff like that. Like, you get into it. Once you start reading books like that, or watching movies, you know, like Shakespeare, you start to understand the language. Like, it's really not what you think. It's not as hard as you think it would be. Okay, so I'm gonna add some blue. It looks purple. Should have pinned my hair back. Would have been smart to do. I feel like I'm such a nerd. I love seeing the way it spreads. I'm really starting to get into like abstract artwork now. This is just like what makes me happy. I've had a really tough month. I ended up getting into a car accident with my sister, and the airbags hit us, and it was really freaking painful. I'll say it's probably the most painful thing you can ever experience. Like, it knocks the wind out of you and you can't breathe for like a good 2 minutes. Like, you feel like, it feels like your ribs just cracked, or like you feel like you're dying. It's really scary. And then going to the hospital, and then where they separate you from your sister or your loved ones, that's even more scarier. Like, where you're by yourself. Like, my sister had her boyfriend with her, but I was by myself practically, and I was like worrying about her and wondering if she was okay, because her nose started bleeding after the accident, like 20 minutes after the accident. So I was like freaking out and thinking, like, is she bleeding internally? Or and then when they separate you, it's like you don't know what the hell is going on. So it's like you're just stuck there looking up at the ceiling and like, oh my God, you're wondering about your health and worrying about it. Like, am I okay? Is my loved one okay? You know, it's really scary. And then after that happened, I had to go back to the hospital again because I was having like heart palpitations and stuff. And I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, like, what's wrong with my heart? And that was on Valentine's Day. Then I went to the hospital, and then it was almost comical because there was this guy in front of me, and he was sitting there, and he was handing his, he was giving his girlfriend flowers and like nurturing her. And then I'm just like sitting there by myself, like all sad, like I'm here on Valentine's Day. I don't have a boyfriend or anything, and it's just like being rubbed in my face. But it's almost comical. I say that because it was like something like in a movie, like something you see in a movie. This looks so purple. Like those movies that they end up making where the girl's all sad and she's by herself, or the guy, and then it's like showing all these like love people like holding hands and like being all romantic to each other, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like I'm so sad. I'm gonna see what this orange looks like. I hope it's not gonna look like bleh. Get some orange in there. Get a little bit more in there. But my chest is still super sore from the accident. And my sister's doing pretty good. I don't know why I'm not. Like, why my chest is like killing me. In my back. But it's fun if you do this and then you draw like flowers and stuff over top of it. It's really cool. how to drop into the alcohol. Oh my god, that's freaking awesome. I'm a nerd. An art nerd. And then it looks nothing like, the way that I'm seeing it is completely different than the way that like it looks on camera. This is to my month I've had. Ah! Here's what it looks like up close.